Welcome to Ask Prep, your trusted companion for NEET and JEE preparation. Today we will study about a very important topic of biology, which is reproduction in flowering plants, pollination, fertilization. Flowering plants, or Angiosperms, represent the most advanced and diverse group in the plant kingdom. Their success on Earth owes much to their highly specialized reproductive system. Reproduction in these plants involves complex but beautifully coordinated processes, with pollination and fertilization at the core. Before we get into the details, it's important to understand that the main goal of reproduction is to ensure the continuation of the species by producing the next generation. In flowering plants, sexual reproduction occurs through the fusion of male and female gametes. These gametes are produced in specialized structures: the male reproductive organ, called the stamen, and the female reproductive organ, called the carpel or pistil. The stamen consists of the anther and filament. The anther produces pollen grains, which are the male gametophytes. The carpel contains the ovary, which houses the ovules where the female gametes or egg cells are found. Now, let's turn to pollination. Pollination is the process by which pollen grains from the anther are transferred to the stigma of a flower. This transfer is essential because it brings the male gametes close to the female gametes. Without pollination, fertilization cannot occur, and the plant would fail to set seeds and fruits. There are two main types of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination happens when the pollen from a flower's own anther lands on its own stigma or the stigma of another flower on the same plant. This type of pollination ensures reproductive success even when pollinators are absent. However, it leads to less genetic variation. On the other hand, cross-pollination occurs when pollen is transferred from the anther of one plant to the stigma of a flower on another plant of the same species. Cross-pollination increases genetic diversity, making the population more adaptable and resilient. This process is often assisted by external agents known as pollinators. Pollinators play a vital role in nature. Animals like bees, butterflies, birds, bats, and even some small mammals help transfer pollen from one flower to another as they collect nectar or search for food. This mutualistic relationship benefits both the plants, which achieve pollination, and the animals, which gain nourishment. Besides animals, abiotic factors like wind and water can also act as pollination agents, particularly in plants like grasses and aquatic species. Once the pollen grain reaches the stigma, it germinates and forms a pollen tube that grows down through the style towards the ovary. This is a crucial step, as the pollen tube carries the male gametes towards the ovule. Meanwhile, the ovule contains the female gametophyte, also known as the embryo sac, which houses the egg cell. Now, we move to fertilization, the next critical event. Fertilization is the actual fusion of the male and female gametes. In flowering plants, a unique process called double fertilization occurs. This is one of the defining features of angiosperms and sets them apart from other plant groups. During double fertilization, one male gamete fuses with the egg cell to form the zygote, which will eventually develop into the embryo. The other male gamete fuses with two polar nuclei in the central cell of the embryo sac, forming a triploid cell that gives rise to the endosperm. The endosperm serves as a nutritive tissue that supports the developing embryo. This clever adaptation ensures that the resources invested in the seed are only used when fertilization is successful. It's like nature's insurance policy: the plant does not waste energy developing nutritive tissue unless a viable embryo is forming. After fertilization, the ovule develops into a seed, and the ovary transforms into a fruit. The seed contains the embryo, which is the next generation of the plant, packed with stored food and enclosed in a protective coat. The fruit plays a key role in protecting the seed and aiding in its dispersal, whether by wind, water, animals, or other mechanisms. This entire journey from pollination to fertilization and finally seed and fruit formation showcases the brilliant strategies that flowering plants have evolved over millions of years. These strategies maximize reproductive success and ensure the wide spread of plant species across the globe. It's also important to note that human activities have a huge impact on pollination. The decline of natural pollinators like bees, caused by pesticide use, habitat loss, and climate change, threatens not just wild plants but also the agricultural crops we depend on for food. Conservation of pollinators is becoming an urgent global issue, and understanding plant reproduction helps us appreciate why protecting biodiversity is essential for our survival. Pollination is the process by which pollen grains from the anther are transferred to the stigma of a flower. This can happen within the same flower, between flowers on the same plant, or between flowers on different plants of the same species. There are two main types of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination occurs when pollen is transferred to the stigma of the same flower or another flower on the same plant. While this ensures reproduction even when pollinators are absent, it limits genetic diversity. Cross-pollination, on the other hand, involves the transfer of pollen between different plants. This increases genetic variation, which is vital for adaptability and evolution. In summary, the reproductive process in flowering plants is a remarkable interplay between biological structures and ecological interactions. Pollination initiates the process by delivering pollen to the stigma. Fertilization ensures the formation of a new organism, and seed and fruit development complete the cycle. By mastering this chapter, you not only prepare yourself for NEET and JEE exams but also gain a deeper respect for the complex and delicate systems that sustain life on Earth. So, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and stay curious. The more you understand the living world, the better equipped you'll be to solve the challenges of the future. Thank you for watching Ask Prep. Stay tuned for more detailed and engaging lessons to boost your preparation and help you achieve your dreams. Thank you so much for being a part of the Ask Prep community. We truly appreciate your time and dedication to learning, especially when it comes to mastering biology, a subject that's not only essential for exams like NEET and JEE. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends who are also preparing, and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update.